The colonial settlements were the initial English colonies established in North America that laid the foundation for the eventual formation of the United States. Here's a detailed elaboration of the colonial settlements in the early history of the USA. The first permanent English settlement in America was established in Jamestown, Virginia, in 1607. The settlement was sponsored by the Virginia Company, a joint stock company, and aimed to establish a profitable English colony in the New World. However, the early years were challenging, with the settlers facing harsh environmental conditions, diseases, and conflicts with Native American tribes. In 1620, a group of English separatists, known as the Pilgrims, established the Plymouth colony in present-day Massachusetts. Seeking religious freedom, the Pilgrims arrived on the Mayflower and established a self-governing colony, based on the Mayflower Compact, a pioneering document that established a form of democratic governance. Massachusetts Bay Colony in 1630. The Massachusetts Bay Colony was founded by a larger group of Puritans, who sought to establish a model Puritan community in the New World. Led by John Winthrop, the Massachusetts Bay Colony grew rapidly and became a major center of trade and commerce, with Boston as its capital. New Netherland. In the early 17th century, the Dutch established a colony called New Netherland, which included present-day New York City and parts of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Delaware. The Dutch West India Company sought to establish profitable trade and built a diverse colony with a prominent fur trade and a diverse population of Dutch, English, Swedish, and other settlers. In 1681, Pennsylvania was founded by the Quaker leader William Penn as a haven for Quakers and a model of religious tolerance. The colony attracted settlers from various religious backgrounds and became known for its progressive policies, including fair treatment of Native Americans and a representative assembly. Virginia and other southern colonies, such as Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, were known for their agricultural economies based on cash crops like tobacco, rice, and indigo. These colonies relied heavily on slave labor from Africa, and the plantation system emerged as a dominant social and economic structure in the southern colonies. The New England colonies, including Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and New Hampshire, had a primarily agricultural economy, but were also known for their shipbuilding, fishing, and trade. These colonies were characterized by a strong Puritan influence, with communities built around churches and a focus on education and religious piety. Life in the colonial settlements was challenging, with settlers facing harsh environmental conditions, diseases, and conflicts with Native American tribes. However, over time, the colonists adapted to the new land, established their own communities, and developed their own way of life, with agriculture, trade, and craftsmanship playing important roles in their economy and society. The colonies were under British rule, with the British monarchy imposing various laws, regulations, and taxes on the colonists. This led to growing tensions and discontent among the colonists, as they sought greater autonomy and representation in governing their own affairs, eventually leading to the American Revolutionary War and the eventual establishment of the United States of America. The colonial settlements in the early history of the USA were diverse, with different motivations, economies, and cultures. They laid the groundwork for the formation of the United States and shaped the nation's history and identity.